Greetings fellow YouTubers. Today we're going to do some Dutch oven cooking. This is a yard sale find. As you can see on the outside, it doesn't look all that great. It definitely needs to be cleaned up and seasoned on the outside. But it's seasoned on the inside and there's nothing wrong with it. What we're going to do now, we're going to light our fire. We're going to actually use one of our fire starters that we made in the previous video. From there, by the time the fire burns down and the coals get nice and hot, we'll be ready to use our Dutch oven. As you can see right now, we've got all the materials we need for the actual recipe. At the end of the video, I'll have it posted. Thank you very much, and let's get started. Alright folks, in a previous video, we made these fire starters, and right now we're going to just light them up. And we're going to use this for our charcoal. Now if you don't have charcoal, obviously you can use regular wood for this, it all works. And as you can see right now, our fire starter is already taken off, it's burning very fine. Now just to keep in the spirit of things, we're going to just start laying the twigs up. And this is how we're going to just slowly build our fire. And then from there, we're going to mount the charcoal over it and call it a day. Now, as you can see, this fire starter is really going. Now, this actually gives us a good 10 to 20 minutes, possibly more. But we do know it's at least 10 minutes. You can't get fire started in 10 minutes, even if it is green. There's an issue. By the way, I only used one match, so if anybody's curious. Alright YouTubers, now that we've gotten our fire definitely started, we're going to let it burn down until we get nothing but hot coals, and we'll take it from there. Now we're going to work on a recipe. Alright, now our recipe calls for a quarter of a cup of flour and a third to a half a cup of brown sugar. So we're going to do that. We're going to just add it in our mixing bowl right here. Fill it up a little. Drop it in. Now go over to the sugar. I personally think a third of a cup is a little too much for my taste. I really don't like that much sugar. So I'm going to go about 25%. And here we are. That's 25% right there. With that, we have to have some cinnamon. They say a quarter of a teaspoon, so I'm going to just estimate that. It's about a quarter of a teaspoon right there. Now, I'm going to use allspice because I was told try that instead of nutmeg. So they say a quarter. Once again, I'm going to estimate a quarter. And there we are. Now for the fun part. We got our apples. What we got to chop these up. There's a couple different ways you can do it. One, my favorite way, the cleaver, just put it up, chop, then use a knife, cut out the core, and then just run it along the skin here, like so. Now we're going to save the skins because we could do some other things with them. I'll show you that as a little bit of an addendum. Or we could use the core Just line it up and then push down and just bring it all the way through. And there you have it. Once again, once it's completely through, just grab a slice, peel, and away you go. With that, we're going to shut the video off right now. We're going to pour all of these up, peel them up. I'm not going to bore you because I know you know how to do this. Okay, now that we've gotten this done, we're going to put a little bit of lemon in here. Now to get the most juice out, you roll it a little, crush it up really well, and then slice it. Now to catch all the seeds, what you do is you just run it through your fingers, like this, and you'll catch the seeds. And what this is going to do is that it's going to also help keeping it from turning all those ugly shades. With that, then we'll stir. We'll make everything nice and even as much as we can. And we also put some butter in here, so we're going to hopefully mix that up pretty good. Maybe chop it up a little and cube it a little. Alright, now with that being done, we got our pie filling right here, our pie crust. This is just a store-bought one. And we're going to fill it up as much as we can here. Alright, now we're going to try and put as much as in here as possible, because you know this is going to melt down. At least we hope it's going to melt. Okay. Now we have our Dutch oven. Alright, now to help facilitate cleanup, what I did was I put some tin foil in here, and to raise it up a little, I put some little aluminum sticks there. Now I'm going to gently lift this up and put it dead center. And I'm going to close the lid on this. Make sure it's tight as can be. Now we're going to take it over to the fire pit. Now, since we want to put a nice hot hole on this, we're going to put it right up here. That way, we get that nice crust. Try and make it even. And then with these guys, just put it down. Smooth them out. And we're going to repeat the process except in reverse. This time we're going to just pick these guys up. And it's definitely warm. And there we are. And we're going to let it cook, or I should say bake, for about 35 minutes, and then we're going to go check. Alright YouTubers, now what we could do with the leftovers, these are all the peels, you could do a couple things. We decided we're going to do a pot pouring. Stove is already heated and fired up. What we're going to do now, break our cinnamon stick, stick it in there, and we're going to bring it to a boil. Got a spoon, obviously, we're going to just kind of like mash it down a little. Now once it's done boiling, we're going to just simmer it. And we're good to go. If you want, we can also throw the lemon in there. Make it nice. Now another thing you could do, because we do have another lemon, get yourself your water bottle. Cut it up into quarters. Drop in your water bottle, shake, and there you have a nice cold refreshing drink. Nice and refreshing. Those are your 2 tips for today. Thank you for watching. Okay folks, it's been about 40 minutes, so now we're going to lift it up and check out our pie. And man, that looks good. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it could use another 5 or 6 minutes, so we're going to just cover it back up. I'm going to check in a few minutes. Now, obviously you saw I'm using a pair of pliers. That way you can just grab and pull up. Because you're not going to be using that with your hand. Also, wear a pair of gloves. That way, help protect your hands. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to just check. Oh, that looks good. So with that being said, what we're going to do now, we're going to knock off all these holes. Pop them off. That way we are stopping the cooking process. Now remember, this bale is going to be hot too. We're going to just lift this up, put it here. We're going to let it cool. Now if you want, you can just put the lid, and just crack the lid a little bit, and that's that. Here's our fire pit. It's all contained, so we're good to go on that one. If you want, you can put a grate on top of it, keep the ashes and the coals from flying around. If it's a nice day like today with no wind, dealer's choice. And with that, we're going to let it cool for at least a half hour. Okay, we let our pie cool down. It's been about 20 minutes, give or take. Still nice and warm. All I do is just use a pair of gloves, reach in there, pull it out. As you see, it's a nice golden brown color. The smell is fantastic. And now, we're going to cut into it and serve. Alright, YouTubers, now for the final test. We finished cutting our pie. And bon appetit.